The double time section is played over a 8-bar sequence of chords, which repeats. It's played 4 or 5 times through, and there are little variations all the way through. I'm going to play through a couple of those sequences and talk through them note by note. I've simplified the bass line from the original. The original's pretty impressive piece of bass playing. I've simplified it a bit to make it a little easier. Still quite tricky. We'll play through the first 8 bars and then we'll talk through it bar by bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next 8-bar pattern. So let's take it through bar by bar. The first bar, here's the rhythm, and the notes you want are G, 5th fret of the D string, C sharp and D, 6th and 7th frets of the G string, then to F sharp and G, 4th and 5th frets of the D string, then down to C sharp, 4th fret of the A string, D, 5th fret of the A string, F sharp, and then you're back to G for the second bar. I'll just play through the rhythm of that first bar again. Okay, then the second bar, quite similar. What you've got is G, 5th fret of the D string again, C sharp and D, 4th and 5th frets of the A string, G, and then you've got this little syncopated tick at the end of the second bar. You've got 2 hits of B, C, C sharp, 2nd, 3rd, 4th frets of the A string. So the rhythm of that bar again. Okay, bar 3 of this section is. So note wise you've got D, 5th fret of the A string, F sharp, 4th fret of the D string, 2 hits, 16th note hits on D, 5th fret of the A string, F sharp and A, 4th and 7th frets of the D string, and the rhythm for that bar is. The 4th bar of that section, here's the rhythm of the notes. Okay, so you've got D, F sharp, A, 5th fret of the A string for D, 4th and 7th frets of the D string for F sharp and A respectively. Then you've got D, A, D, C sharp. You've got a chromatic climb down to C at the start of the next bar. C sharp's the 4th fret of the A string. Play the rhythm of that bar. Okay, then the 5th bar starts in C. This is the rhythm of the bar. Okay, so you've got C, 3rd fret of the A string, octave G, 5th fret of the D string, low G, 3rd fret of the E string, C again, octave G, open D string, E flat at the 1st fret of the D string. Rhythm of that bar again. Okay, then the next bar, just E and B, 2nd and 4th frets of the D and G strings respectively. Here's the rhythm. So it's E, B, E, E, B, E. Then up to the 7th bar of this section. Which is F, 3rd fret of the D string, C, 5th fret of the G string. That's played twice. Low C, 3rd fret of the A string, F again, 3rd fret of the D string, back to C, C sharp, 4th fret of the D string, and then the final bar is based in D, 5th fret of the A string, and then you've got a 16th note run of F sharp, A, C, A. You know where F sharp is, it's the 4th fret of the D string. Then you've got A, 7th fret of the D string, C, 5th fret of the G string, A, 7th fret of the D string again. So that bar is. And then then you're back to G, the start of the next 8-bar progression, which has got some slight changes. We'll go and look at that section. Second time through that 8-bar chord progression, it's pretty similar, but there's some subtle differences. It's worth having a look at them. 3, 4. Okay, and then you'll be back to G again there, for then be playing through it again. Okay, let's go through it bar by bar. All the notes we've pretty much done, so you can get the note locations from the previous 8 bars. I'll just go through the note names, and if it's low or high, I'll just indicate that. So it starts off on G, 5th fret of the D string, C sharp, D, F sharp, G, C sharp, D, F sharp, and the rhythm of that first bar the second time through is. Okay, then the next bar is identical to the second bar when we looked at it the first time through. So it's G, C sharp, D, G, B, B, C, C sharp. And the third bar the second time through, slightly different than before. It's so you've got D, octave A, open A, D again, octave A, open A, in this kind of rhythm. And then the fourth bar the second time through, which is D, octave A, 2 open A's, D, octave A, D, 2 C sharps, then you're down to C. The fifth bar the second time through is this kind of pattern, which is C, octave G, low G, C, open D, E flat. The sixth bar second time through is E, octave B, low B, 2nd fret of the A string, back to E, octave B, and that's E, octave B, E. 7th bar up to F, which is F, octave C, down to low C, back to F, low C, C sharp, and the 8th bar we've got back to D, and then you've got a little pattern before you then go back to G and start the patterns over again. So you've got, mostly it's D, and you've got E and F sharp, and then you're back to the G, and that pattern starts over again. So with those 3 sections, you should be able to get through the tune. There is a modulation section, and what you do for that modulation section is go from the D and just move it up a semitone to E flat, and then you play the kind of the Latin E double time section, but you have to play everything up a semitone, so you'll have to work out some patterns for that. It'll be a good challenge for you though, and I strongly recommend you do it because it will be a good learning exercise.